registration number plates. Osodeke emerges as new ASU president. Former President Jonathan's aide, Gulak, shot dead in Owerri. And on business, CBN set standards for non-bank acquirers. While in sports, Naomi Osaka faces expulsion from Grand Slam for refusing to speak to media. Details of these and more after this break. I am Charles Oporum. Now the news in detail. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has warned members of the public who are fond of using government registration number plates on their vehicles to commit crimes to desist from such activities in order not to face the wrath of the law. The Ogun State Sector Commander of the FRSC, Umar Ahmed, gave the warning in an interview on Sunday in Ota. Ahmed said FRSC personnel had arrested drivers of paramilitary vehicles, commercial bus drivers of government, state and local government vehicles, among others, who violated traffic regulations, as well as those who had used government registration number plates in disguise. Ahmed added that the FRSC personnel would continue to enforce traffic rules and regulations and ensure the sanity and safety of lives and property on the roads. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has arrested 10 suspected online drug traffickers with 107 kilograms of cocaine in Abuja. NDLEA spokesman Femi Babafemi, in a statement on Sunday, said the arrest followed fresh raids in the nation's capital, adding that a young lady and her boyfriend, as well as 8 others, were apprehended and assorted drugs recovered from them. The first suspect, 28-year-old Issei Patrick, said to be selling her illicit substances through her Instagram account. Issei's oven secret was tracked and arrested with some pieces of brownies ordered online by NDLEA's undercover agents on May 2nd and delivered by herself and her boyfriend in a Mercedes-Benz car. Similarly, a motorcycle belonging to a courier company, Skyport, was abandoned by a dispatch rider in Wuse Zone 4 upon sighting NDLEA's outpost in the area. According to the NDLEA spokesman, the motorcycle was later found to contain several pinches of cocaine and some envelopes of Arizona meant for delivery. The Academic Staff Union of Universities on Sunday elected new leadership to pilot its affairs for the next 2 years. The Executive Council of ASU, however, spent a maximum of 4 years. They were elected at the National Delegates Conference of ASU held in Awka, Anambra State, while Professor Victor Emmanuel Osodeke of the Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike in Abia State, was elected president. Chris Piwuna, a consultant psychiatrist and associate professor in the College of Medicine, University of Jos, was elected vice president. Others are Professor C.G. Showande, treasurer, Professor Ade Adejumo, financial secretary, Dr. Austin Sado, investment secretary, Dr. Adamu Babayo, internal auditor, and Dr. Stella Maris Oke, welfare secretary. While the new president was former vice president to Professor Biodun Ogunyemi, that's outgone president, Piwuna, before his election, was the internal auditor of ASU and its former chairman in UniJos. A member of the Nasarawa Assembly representing Nasarawa Central State Constituency, Honorable Ismail Dambaba, has been kidnapped. Dambaba was kidnapped on Saturday evening while traveling to Jos, Plateau State, for an official function. Chairman, Nasarawa Assembly Committee on Information, Honorable Mohammed Omadifu, confirmed the development to journalists on Sunday. He said the incident took place in the forest in the Shanga local government area of Kaduna State. He explained the kidnapped legislator had passed Andaha in Akwanga local government area of Nasarawa State, heading to the forest area in Sanga local government area of Kaduna, when the kidnappers ambushed and whisked him away. Amadius, who represents Kiana State constituency on the platform of the All Progressives Congress, said the kidnappers have made contact with the assembly but were yet to make any demand. Gunmen have set on fire the newly completed office of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), located at Okudo Community in Njaba local government area of Imo. The fire occurred at about 11:30 a.m. on Sunday. According to INEC National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, the office, which was built and commissioned shortly before the 2019 general elections, was burned to a considerable degree. In a communique on Sunday, Okoye said although no life was lost, the building was substantially burnt down, along with electoral materials, office equipment, and furniture. This latest incident has been reported to the police for investigation. The attack is coming exactly a week after the INEC office in Ahia Zumbisi local government area of the state was vandalized. It is also the 8th INEC office to be attacked in Imo State since the 2019 general election. The total number of INEC offices attacked nationwide since 2019 has now risen to 42. INEC buildings, infrastructure, and equipment are critical national assets that guarantee the continuity of electoral activities throughout the Federation. Okoye warned that attacking these offices is not in the national interest and has the capacity of compromising electoral activities and the credibility of the democratic process. Operatives of Anti-Riot Squad Imo State Police Command gunned down 4 hoodlums who attempted to burn another police station in Izumbi, Uguta Council area. The incident happened less than 24 hours after some gunmen razed down the Atta police station, including magistrate and high courts in Injaba Council area of Imo State. Imo police spokesman Bala Elkanah, who confirmed the development, said the latest incident took place between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. on Saturday. He said a mop-up operation was ongoing to arrest other fleeing members of the gang. In another development, the police said they had uncovered an illegal depot at Obodo Shisha, popularly known as Timber Market, at Naze in Owerri North local government area, where petroleum products were stored for onward transportation to locations targeted for attacks. Bala said the police, acting on information received from a credible source, operatives of the command attached to the anti-riot unit and quick intervention team moved to the place and arrested 6 persons. He said the depot is made up of 14 shops, which were all stockpiled with the petroleum products suspected to have been obtained through bunkering. According to him, 1 tanker truck was intercepted, discharging petroleum products into some drums and sacks using a Robin EY-15 pumping machine, adding that both the truck and the pumping machine were recovered. The police have said 6 armed bandits killed the former presidential aide, Ahmed Gulak, in Owerri, Imo State on Sunday morning. A statement issued by the police spokesperson in Imo State, Bala Elkanah, shortly after the politician was murdered, disclosed that only Gulak was killed by the bandits in a vehicle he was riding to the airport. Elkanah said Gulak left his hotel room in Owerri on Sunday morning to catch a flight at Sam Mbakwe International Cargo Airport, Owerri, without informing the police, despite the security situation in the state. The statement disclosed that the State Commissioner of Police, Abu Tuyaro, had ordered a discreet investigation into the murder incident. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives on Sunday suspended its Constitution Review Zonal Public Hearing scheduled to hold on Monday in Owerri for Imo and Abia states. In a statement by the Chairman of the Special Committee and the Deputy Speaker of the House, Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase, the House said the suspension was until further notice. Though Wase didn't give the reason for the suspension, there are feelings that it was not unconnected with the killing of former presidential advisor and chieftain of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Ahmed Gulak, in Owerri on Sunday morning. The committee says it regrets any inconveniences the postponement might cause esteemed invited guests, stakeholders, and the general public. Coming up in a moment on our business news, CBN set standards for non-bank acquirers. Stay with us, please.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 600 billion, and the last kobo. Oh yes, we follow the money. It's all about the business and the business of business, the gains and the losses, the bulls and bears, the rise and falls, the risk and the satisfaction of seeing the last kobo rise to millions. On KUFM's Business News, the simple and complex jargons of business just make sense. Get the trending news on the morning market, forecast, investment opportunities, policy changes, and other breakout information. on the ever-busy world of business. KU Business News, Monday to Friday on our news dawn, 6:30 to 7 a.m.
Welcome back. You're still on to News Dawn on 92.7 KUFM Benin City. And over now to business, where the Central Bank of Nigeria has issued a regulatory framework for non-bank acquiring in Nigeria. It said this in a circular signed by the Director, Payment System Management Department, Musa Jimo, and addressed to all deposit money banks, payment service providers, and other financial institutions. According to the circular, the objectives of the framework is to establish non-bank acquiring as a regulated service in Nigeria and provide minimum standards and requirements for the operations of non-bank acquiring in Nigeria. The framework set out the procedures for the operation of non-bank merchant acquiring in Nigeria, including the rights and obligations of the parties involved in the process. It compelled non-bank merchant acquirers to meet the minimum standards of operations as approved by the bank. The CBN said the regulatory framework would guide activities of the participants in the provision of non-bank acquiring services in Nigeria. The participants in the framework are non-bank acquirer, settlement bank/sponsor bank, merchant deposit money banks, card schemes, other payment schemes, and Nigeria Central Switch. And finally, on business, ahead of its appearance before the Senate Committee on Finance on Tuesday, the lawmakers have accused the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) of non-payment of 1% stamp duty. The Senate Committee on Finance recently embarked on investigating NNPC from 2010 till 2020, as well as the internally generated revenues of 700 ministries, departments, and agencies of government. Chairman of the committee, Solomon Adeola, explained that the committee was also looking into the payment of 1% stamp duty by contractors on all contracts awarded by MDAs between 2014 to 2020. Speaking during an investigative hearing, Adeola lamented that the corporation had been violating the 1% stamp duty and requested for total revenue accrued to the corporation since 2010 till 2020 and corresponding expenditure. The lawmaker also asked NNPC to present amount remitted prior to audits and evidence of payments from 2010 till 2020. While asking the NNPC to present all the documents requested by the Fiscal Responsibility Commission, Adeola also requested for audited financial status of NNPC from 2010 till 2019 and management accounts of 2020. And that's it on business. Over now to sports, where Naomi Osaka faces expulsion from Grand Slam for refusing to speak to media. More to come in our sports bulletin shortly. Stay with us, please. World number 2, Naomi Osaka faces expulsion from the French Open and future Grand Slams if she continues to refuse to speak to the media. Japan's Osaka said last week she will not give any news conferences during Roland Garros because she wants to protect her mental health. She was fined $15,000 for not doing media after Sunday's first-round win over Romania's Patricia Maria Tig. The second seed won 6-4, 7-6, 7-4. A joint statement from the 4 Grand Slam organizers said Osaka also faces more substantial fines and future Grand Slam suspensions. Later on Sunday, Osaka tweeted that change makes people uncomfortable. The Grand Slams added that following Osaka's announcement on Wednesday, Roland Garros teams asked the 23-year-old to reconsider her position and were unsuccessful in their attempts to check on her well-being. After a lack of engagement from Osaka, the Grand Slam organizers wrote to her to offer support as well as to remind her of her obligations. And that's it on sports. And with that sports story, we'll come to the end of our package this morning. But before we leave, a quick recap of the headlines. FRSC warns public against the use of government registration number plates. Osodeke emerges as new ASU president. Former President Jonathan's aide Gulak shot dead in Owerri. Do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. Do not forget you can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting our website at www.kufm.net, or you can download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. We're also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria. KUFM News Dawn was produced by Nlebedo Masakwaram. I am Charles Opperum saying thanks for listening and good morning.
92.7 KUFM News. Concise, precise, balanced, unbiased.
We are live from Benin City to the world. This is 92.7 KUFM News Dawn.
KUFM 92.7. Turn on excitement.
Announcements. The general public is hereby advised to shun and disregard the unauthorized conferment of the Ohen of Vator Nigiduma on any person who is not in the lineage of succession to the priesthood of the Ovato Shrine in Igeduma town. For the avoidance of doubt, nobody from the family of the said proposed person and his forebears has ever been enthroned as the Ohen of Vator Nigeduma and cannot be. The Ohen of Vator Nigeduma must follow laid down procedure devoid of rancor and village petty politics in the community. The age-long shrine is held in trust by the Ohen for the Oba of Benin since time immemorial and should not be used to appease anybody for selfish reasons. We vehemently condemn those behind it and also enjoin them to desist from such ungodly acts in the interest of peace and brotherhood in the community. Signed, Steve Oriaki of Vatowe, Ohen Osaro Egwagi, and Ohen Unyime Paul.
Everybody wants to know more of this and more of that. What is happening around the globe? Me, myself, I want to know. Said you know more, 'cause I got good news for you. The best station is knocking on your door. Just sit back and relax.